In this video, we'll make minor changes to the constructor of the circle and rectangle class. For that, let's go to the main function, in particular line 21, where we create an object of the type circle, and we use the constructor with a single parameter and pass 5 as the argument, which represents the radius of the circle we intend to create. Now, this constructor, looking at the code for this constructor with a single parameter, it receives the parameter 5 and sets the radius of the circle to 5. Now, the circle constructor here does not initialize the color or filled data members inherited from the base class. So the question is, what values are assigned to those two data members? To answer that question, we need to look at how the constructors work. Basically, when a circle object is created, the constructor with no argument of the base class is automatically executed. So in line 21 right here, when a circle object is created, the constructor with no argument of the base class geometric object is automatically executed as well. And that constructor basically sets the color to white and sets the filled data member to false. So once this line is executed, at this point the radius of the circle is 5, the color data member is white, and the filled is false. So if I actually do not call the set color function on circle and also do not call the set filled function here and run the program, we should be able to see that the color of this circle is white, and also the filled variable has the value of false set by the constructor with no argument. So let's run this and take a look at it. Here it is. Circle object, the color is white, and filled variable is false. Now similarly then, when we use the default constructor of the circle to create an object, once again the default constructor of the base class is automatically executed as well. So if we use the default constructor for circle, the radius will be 1. Once again, the color will be white, and the filled data member will be false as well. Now, if we use this third constructor of the circle with 3 parameter, what happens? Still, the constructor of the base class, the default constructor of the base class, is executed initially. It sets the value of color to white, sets the value of the filled variable to false. Then the body of this function is executed, in which the radius is initialized, and after that a call is made to set color and set filled in the geometric object to change the value of the color and filled data members to the parameters of the function. Now, a common practice is when defining or implementing the constructor of the derived class to explicitly make a call to the constructor of the base class. In this particular case, the constructor of the circle class will make a call to the constructor of geometric object and sends the parameters color and filled to it, and let the constructor of the base class to initialize those data members. If we do call the constructor of the base class, then in the body of the function, we don't need to make a call to set color and set filled functions. So in this particular case, the constructor of the base class is called, in fact, the constructor with 2 parameters. So if we go to geometric object and look for that particular constructor, a call is made to this particular constructor. Color and filled are passed to it, and the constructor initializes those to data members for us. Let's do the same for the rectangle object. We go to rectangle. Here, the default constructor of the rectangle is going to make a automatic call to the default constructor of the base class. Same thing for the constructor with 2 parameters of the rectangle. This constructor will make an automatic call to the default constructor of the base class. The color is set to white, filled is set to false. But this particular one, this third constructor, we can actually make a geometric object, send the color, make explicit call to the constructor of the geometric object, and filled as well. We'll make those two, make that call, and then we don't need to make the call to set color and set filled functions. The program will work as before, and let's run this code once again with the changes we made, and same thing will show up basically. Same result will appear basically.